Hello there, Hedge here. Over the past few years, I've dabbled with the Rust economy, learning new things and gaining experience. In the past, I've recorded myself explaining certain points about buying and selling in my Twitch streams, which I will link below in the description. But recently, I thought it would be helpful to put into detail all that I've learned to encourage new people to become invested too, and for that, I need to make a series of videos. This video will be the beginning of a series I call Rust Economy 101, where I will focus on a specific part of the Rust economy in each video. And with that, let's get started.
Brought to you by Hedge. For all you investors out there, it's time for another Rust Economy 101 video.
The Rust Store and Skins. Now let me be clear and say this particular video would be more targeted for people that are new to this economy. I'm going to be explaining how skins are generated, colour categories, and how to navigate the Rust Store. So if you are a more experienced trader that already knows about this, you might want to skip to the next video. Anywho, let's learn how skins are generated. Item generation. So now, let's start by looking at how Rust skins and items are generated as a new entity. There are 3 intentional ways to generate a new skin. The first method would be buying them from the Rust Store either in browser or in game. This means that if a certain skin only had 1,000 purchases for the week it was available, then theoretically there would only be 1,000 overall quantity in circulation. Alternatively, there is taking the chance of opening one of Rust's loot boxes, which come in varying quality. This too will generate a new skin entity. But the amount of skins that are available makes it a very slim chance in getting a skin you would actually want. Do note that the Trust and Rust crates that Facepunch gives away during charity events on Twitch also count as a loot box and will behave the same way when opened. There is also another way of getting a new skin, but it is very random, and that is receiving a skin drop after playing for a reasonable amount of time in Rust. There is no official ruling for how this works as of now, but you will usually pick up a cheap skin or loot box. You would have to be very lucky to receive a valuable skin, but there is always a chance. And so, with skin generation addressed, let's take a look at the Rust Store properly. Pricing and appearance. When you open the Rust Store page in browser, at first glance you will see that these skins are colour coded and are being sold at different prices. So the first thing to acknowledge is the Rust Store, being a storefront extension through Steam, is always in reference to dollars USD. If you are not American, then the prices in the Rust Store with your currency may vary depending on how it exchanges to American dollars. The stronger your currency is to the American dollar, then the less you pay in your currency, and obviously, the weaker your currency is to the American dollar, then the more you'll be paying in your currency. Different currencies fluctuate in exchange with the dollar in the real world and are regularly updated on the Steam platform and of course the Rust Store, so you may see price changes in the future, but this is normal. Let's now focus on the layout of the Rust Store. Here, I would like to acknowledge the recent permanent store update that was introduced in November 2021. This of course changed the layout of the Rust Store a bit, both in-game and on browser, but nothing was majorly changed in terms of appearance. I will showcase both of them now to help people understand how to navigate. Let's start by taking a look at how the Rust Store currently looks as of December 2021 in the actual game. So, this is Rust in-game, and as you are aware, we have the item store right here. This is the limited tab and this is the general tab. And right now, nothing's showing free. Oh, there you go. Just took a time for it to load in. So, we have the new set of weekly skins, all 8 of them. And over in the general tab, the current set of permanent skins. And that is what it looks like in game. That's that. And of course, we can also visit the Rust Store by internet browser, so here is a quick run through for that. Okay, so I want to go on the internet browser and go on to the Rust Store. So as you can see, I'm on Google Chrome. I type in Rust Store, enter, and as you can see from all these searches, we have many, but you want to go to the one that's linked to Steam, so Rust Item Store. And here we are. This is the Rust Store on browser, and immediately you may notice that there are 4 tabs. Automatically we are put on the Featured tab. Now the Featured tab presents all the skins and items from top, the one that's sold the most in the past 24 hours. So the top sellers, they go from left to right. So this one sold the most, and then this one sold the second most, and then this one sold the third most. Left to right, left to right, left to right. Now you may notice that there's only 9 skins and items that are being shown here. You probably want to be able to see all of them at the same time. So one way of being able to see more is to go to the All tab. Now the All tab will only show you up to 12, but one thing you need to be aware of is the results. So this implies that there are actually 13 Rust skin and items in total, and because you can only see 12 on a page, then you guessed it, there's a page 2 right over here. So page 1, page 2, if I click this arrow, you'll find that last missing item. So if we go back to all, page 1, you may notice that everything here is presented from A to B in alphabetical order. You also probably want to distinguish the difference between a weekly rotated skin and item and a permanent skin and item. So if we want to look for a weekly rotated skin and item, we want to go to Limited. Here is 8 skins or items, depending on whenever you look here. Every Thursday, Face Punch will introduce a new set of items or skins, and you will only be able to buy them for 1 week. So you go into here, go into the extra information, you add to cart, you fill up a cart, you take it to checkout, make sure you're signed in, and you will buy those skins or items, and they will end up in your inventory. Now do be aware, you only have 1 week to buy these, and when it's next Thursday, Face Punch will introduce another set of new skins and items, and all of these will disappear. The Rust Store will go blank in the Limited section. These items and skins will disappear, and after a small period of time, a new set of items and skins will appear in their place. And that's it. That 1 week is up. You can no longer buy them ever again on the Rust Store. Now, alternatively, we have some permanent skins and items. They are in the General tab. As you can see here, we have a set of 5. These were the first 5 permanent skins and items that were introduced. We had the permanent store update at the end of November 2021. We are now December 2021. So these have only been around for less than 2 weeks. And we don't fully know all the details yet. Face Punch hasn't fully decided how they're going to treat these skins and items. Basically, they sat there and said, as of now, all of these will stay in the Rust Store permanently forever. However, down the line, in the future at some point, they reckon they might remove them, they might make them marketable and tradable, or they might just keep them here forever and ever, and they build up a huge store of permanent skins and items. We don't fully know yet. They haven't decided yet. It's something that we're going to find out eventually. So, one thing you want to be aware of, right? When you click for one of these items or skins, let's go with the Nomad outfit, there is a piece of text here that says, this item will be permanently bound to your Steam account. You will not be able to sell or trade this skin at all. Once you buy this, it is permanently attached to the account that you bought this on. After that, that's it. You have it forever. As of now, we don't fully know what may happen. Although, if you bought this within 48 hours or 2 days, you can still refund it. But if you've owned this skin for longer than 48 hours, you will not be able to refund it. Those are the rules. with Rust skins and items. Now, like what you saw here when I searched into the extra details, if you were to click one of these skins, you will see that it will take you to a extra page where you can see some extra pictures of what the skin will look like in game. You can see whether it glows, it glistens, it looks good in certain lighting. You can see the aim sight if it's a weapon, and it will tell you what skin it is of what weapon. So this is a Glister MP5. It of course is a skin for the MP5 weapon in game. It will tell you it can be broken down into metal, how much it costs, and just the details in regards to if you can refund it, and you will not be able to trade it for at least 1 week after your purchase of it. And that is that. That is the Rust store in browser. Having looked at the appearance of the layout, let's take a look at the reason for the colour borders. You will notice there is a green, blue and red border for skins. These indicate 3 different categories and their default Rust store pricing. But you should realise, Rust skins and items can also be bought in a Rust section of the Steam Marketplace. All skins on the Steam Marketplace would be sold by Steam community users who had bought them from previous Rust store selections or from other users on the Steam Market. So you should realise that buying a skin or item from the Steam Market does not mean a new skin is generated like when buying straight from the Rust store. The prices skins and items are being sold on the Steam Market for also very likely do not match what they are sold for in the Rust store. Instead, it's now based on factors such as player demand, overall quantity, and of course, if the skin looks very appealing. So, as you can imagine, there's a very good potential to buy and sell to make profits. Following that note about price, let's go back to focusing on the colour categories of these skins and items. These colour categories separate the items based on their functional usage and by their default pricing scheme. Green skins tend to be clothing and armour cosmetic skins. Think like helmets, high quality armour, hoodies and pants, and for some reason satchel charges, with their default price expected to be equal to 99 cents on the Rust store. Blue skins tend to be deployable and miscellaneous skins. Think like items that you'd put in your base such as doors, storages, sleeping bags, furnaces and rugs, where the default price would be equal to $1.49 in the Rust store. Red skins tend to be weapon and tool cosmetic skins. This includes practically every gun and melee weapon, tools which can harvest resources like hatchets and pickaxes, the hammer tool which is obviously used for base maintenance, and even the guitar for wonderful music playing. The default price for these skins would be expected to be equal to $1.99 in the Rust store. This is the current standard for the modern default pricing scheme. Before, prices used to vary with every new batch of skins, so now we at least have some consistency. But that does not mean all skins and items follow the default pricing. You will soon understand, because this is where we discuss abnormal pricing and abnormal skins. But we must end the video here. My apologies if that was quite abrupt, but Abnormals will require its own video, which will be the next in the series. I don't want to overload people with too much information in one video, but like I alluded to at the beginning of this video, I stream Rust investing content every week, so feel free to come visit, ask questions, or just watch. Good luck to you if you start trying to get invested with Rust skins and items, and keep an eye out for another Rust economy video.